So, hallo zu einer neuen Folge Bases Loaded Podcast und wir haben heute ein riesiges Special, denn wir haben Nick Swisher, ehemaliger Spieler der Yankees. Er hat die World Series mit den Yankees gewonnen, er ist All-Star gewesen. Wir freuen uns riesig, dass er heute Zeit für uns hat. Und ja, welcome here, Nick Swisher. Hello to
Thank you guys, man. I'm so happy to be on here, man. I'm so happy to meet you guys. But let's do this.
How was it to be in London?
Oh,
Baseball.
It's amazing. Listen, I've had the opportunity to come here a handful of times over the last, 4 or 5 years, obviously through Major League Baseball, which is amazing. So the fact that we are doing events like this to help grow our game, to help make it better, I think it's absolutely phenomenal what Major League Baseball is doing, and London for letting us be here.
Yeah, it's so great that you're enjoying your time here. And as we said, we're so happy to have you here, talk to you, interview with you. We just want to get into your perspective, into your career. And how did it feel to play with Yankees, one of the best franchises in MLB?
Oh, but I mean, life-changing, right? One of the best things in my life that's ever happened to me, other than my family and my kids. New York Yankees have been the best thing that ever happened to me. And if you've noticed the logo, the most well-recognized logo in the world. And even if you don't know who the New York Yankees are, you know what this logo is. And so for someone like me to have gone over to New York, have won a World Series, played with some of the legends of the game, the Derek Jeters, the Mariano Rivera's, the Andy Pettitts, the Jorge Posadas, like the list just goes on and on. So for someone like me that never thought in a million years I would have this opportunity, could not be more blessed. And also too, on the backside of it, just becoming an ambassador of the game. Just being able to give back as much as possible, bro. It's such a blessing, such an honor, and something that I'm having a lot of fun doing.
Yeah, awesome, Nick. You also mentioned that you won the World Series. It was in 2009.
Yes, sir.
The Yankees, of course.
Yes, sir.
How did it feel during that moment? Can you bring us back?
Oh, bro, I mean, I can go back there, no problem, bro. I'm standing out there, bottom of the ninth inning. We're up by a few. Ground ball to our second baseman, Robbie DeCano. Over to Mark Teixeira, bro. 27-time World Series champions. And I never forget when I'm running in from right field, I'm celebrating, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. It was so loud that I couldn't even hear myself screaming. That's how amazing it was. And you got to remember, like, when you win in New York, it's unlike any other place in the world. So just to be able to win on that platform, people always said, if you win with the New York Yankees, you'll be remembered forever. And so I'm so blessed that I was able to be part of that team. Still being part of the organization now as a special advisor has been a godsend for me. And something that I take and hold near and dear to my heart, because at the end of the day, they are family. And so the fact that I'm working for my family in a sense, definitely you put all that effort forward a little more. So for someone like me, man, I'm so blessed. I'm so lucky, just trying to have as much fun as I can.
Yeah, nice. I can definitely feel your passion.
You feel it?
Yeah, I can definitely feel your passion.
One question I have to ask in English. So, how does it feel to get a roll call?
It's the best. I mean, there's nothing like it. I remember when we first got there, and I remember everybody was saying like, hey, well, what are you going to do for the roll call? And I didn't really know how it was going to be.
Yeah.
And so we get to our first game at home, Yankee Stadium. We were playing the Cleveland Indians, now the Cleveland Guardians. And I remember it just came around to me and they were like, Nick Swisher. And I'm standing in the right field. The bleacher creatures are right behind me. And I'm just like, this is the coolest thing going right here. I'm like, just say my name again, right? And I don't know what happened. My grandfather was a military man. I've been raised military my whole life. And I just never forget. And I'm left-handed. And I remember just snapping around to the crowd. And I just saluted them, bro. Right? It was just like a salute to like thank them for welcoming me in the way that they did. And making me feel like part of the community, part of the organization, and a relationship that I still have with the fans to today. So I'm so blessed for that. I was just back in Yankee Stadium this past week, got a roll call. Me and a buddy of mine, Liam Plunkett, who is a cricket player for the England national team, who's absolutely fantastic. Me and him went up into the bleacher creatures, did the roll call, and it's unlike anything else in sports. Nobody else does that. That is one of our claims to fame, amongst other things. But just being able to be part of that, bro, is something that it's hard to explain because only a few people get that opportunity, and I was one of the lucky ones.
So we don't get the opportunity, to be totally honest.
But we do get the opportunity to have a talk with you. And that's really nice. I can definitely tell the fans love you. The fans, they definitely love you. Not only because of your contribution on the field or at the batter box, but of course you're a clubhouse guy.
Yes, sir.
Everybody knows about that. How does it feel, or what does it mean to you to be in that role, in that environment?
You know, it seemed very natural for me. I'm a people person. I love being around people. I love being around crowds of people. I love trying to build things, including culture, things like that. And hopefully one of these days I'll be able to build something like this at a high level. But for someone like me, I've always considered myself a glue guy. I have crazy energy, and I feel like that's something that people immediately pick up on.
Yep.
And I, you know, the one thing that I can honestly say about the New York Yankees organization when I came in, the culture was already set. The leaders were already in place. It was your job to just figure out where you slotted in. And so with Derek Jeter at the helms of things, right? He was the captain when I was there. You know, everybody knew what the expectations were. And the one thing that him and I shared on a deep passion was winning. We wanted to win. And I think that's the one thing that the New York Yankees stand for as an organization. And so when I got there, I remember having a conversation with Derek about a month in, and he was like, Nick, it doesn't matter how many hits you get. It doesn't matter how many hits I get. It matters if we win or lose the game. We play to win the game. And that was one thing I never, ever forgot. So every time I put this jersey on, even when I put it on to today, I'm trying to win. And it's not even necessarily in a game. It's just in life. Trying to present the New York Yankees in the right eye, making sure that I'm doing all the right things because I'm so blessed to be able to work for an organization like this. But that glue guy, locker room guy, I feel like on any successful team, you have a few of those guys in that locker room because you have to have people that bring other people together.
For sure.
You know, not everybody's going to like each other, and that's just kind of how it works. But it doesn't mean that if I don't like you, we can't win together.
Yeah.
And those New York Yankees, that core four, the captain, all those other guys, they taught me how to win. And I'm just trying to do the best I can in my life to continue to keep that winning attitude.
Yeah.
So if you wear this jersey to win games, you definitely won our hearts. So thank you so much. We want to play baseball now.
Let's go, man. I got you guys.
Ballpark and get out of it.
Yeah, I think in general, I feel like what London is doing here, just in general, trying to help build the infrastructure of this game here. Because at the end of the day, I think there's one guy from Europe that's playing in the major leagues right now. Exactly. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, your guy. Yeah, your guy. By the way, man, he's
really
bro. He's a big boy.
Definitely.
But at the end of the day, I think a lot of that has to do with the infrastructure that they have here for the youth, the whole nine. So being able to do cool events like these, cool activations like this, I think that really helps because you have to start from the ground up. You can't start at the professional level here. You have to build that infrastructure, give those kids an opportunity to play other sports. You know, baseball's not a crazy sport here. You obviously have your tennis, you have your cricket, you have your, your soccer, what we call, football for you guys. But being able to bring a game like this into it, I mean, bro, we all saw that Shohei Ohtani contract, 10 years, $700 million. I want that contract too, right? So if there's any kids out there that are listening, I'm telling you, go after what you want, build your infrastructure, build your foundation, build your fundamentals, and let the swag take over from there.
Yeah, as you mentioned about Max Kepler, so as far as we know, and I think that's true, he's the only European player right now in MLB. I want to get to know your opinion. How do we get more players like that from the other continent, particularly in Europe, to get into MLB? What can the MLB do? What are the possibilities for them?
Yeah, I think the sky's the limit. I think that's untapped territory, right? And I think it really boils down to what I just kind of talked about a little bit earlier, is the infrastructure, right? If you're giving kids and young girls and young boys the opportunity to play softball and baseball at a young age, you'll build that foundation moving up. So for someone like me, I truly believe that the infrastructure is where all of it lies. I think you're obviously noticing over in Japan, all the young studs that are coming over from there because they have the infrastructure. They have the foundation set for those athletes. And by the time they get to, high school, college, they're ready to come over to the United States and play because let's be honest, bro. I mean, the crown jewel of baseball is Major League Baseball, and that is provided in the United States. So wherever you come from, I feel like we've really kind of turned into a melting pot. I feel like we've got all sorts of players from all over. We got our Latin players, we got our Asian players, we've got our European players. We just keep expanding our game, and I think that's one of the coolest things we've got going.
Yeah, thank you. I think events like this is definitely helping us, the whole world, to connect everybody and then to just get everybody into the game, into the sports. And I think this is really important. And yeah, I think,
of course, man, I feel like just in general, we've got a batting cage down here. We've got a diving pit over here. We've got the music blast and we've got ballpark food. There's so many amazing things that we can offer that, you know, might not be known by a whole lot of people. So I think what Major League Baseball is doing is absolutely phenomenal. And hats off to London for letting us come in here and do these cool activations like this.
Yeah.
One last question. Would you like to play one game with the Yankees in the ballpark here?
Oh, bro. I mean, there's plenty of days where I still feel like I'm in decent shape right now. You know, I can still do it a little bit. But I think just in general, it's been so much fun for me to kind of circle the game from other avenues other than just a player. And so I did the media thing when I got out of the game. It wasn't quite for me, but at the end of the day, you know, being able to be a special advisor for the New York Yankees is amazing because I get to see it from the front office perspective. And so now there's no part of the game that I haven't experienced it from. So I feel like I have a well-rounded, good perspective of how the game is. But hell yeah, bro. If I could go back and play one more game, bro, I wouldn't be able to get out of bed for a week, but I would definitely take that shot for sure.
Against the Red Sox?
Against the Red Sox, for sure.
So I think it was one of the best interviews we ever had here at MLB Hackney Bridge Takeover here in London. Nick Swisher, it was a pleasure for us. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, you guys are amazing, dude. So nice to meet you guys, dude. I appreciate y'all. I also appreciate what you guys are doing on the global front, man. Bringing our game to your fans. I think that's humongous. We need people like you to be able to expand our game. So from me to you guys, thank you so much for what you guys are doing.
Thank you so much.
Good show, man. You got it, baby. Nice to meet you guys. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the ballpark, the whole nine. Bro, I'm going down to get some food right now.
Definitely.
Hey, you know, bro. Just take care, fellas.